Hello my friends, welcome to this video. My name is Shahab, and in this video I want to speak about the general structure of the AUA. The AUA framework by default contains some layers. The first layer is documents. It includes all of the documents about services and tables. They need to be placed here to create a true documentation for the project. For instance, here inside the diagram folder, you can see the documentation for the accounting module, and it includes its diagram and related picture. Next folder is the implement documents, which includes documents for each services. And inside the tables folder, you need to add the documentation of each module's table. The solution items is the next layer. It includes some structure to understand architecture of the layers and their relations. The next layer is the common layer. It contains some general items and concepts, including the enums, consts, exceptions, extensions, and so on. We use them in other layers. The next layer is the data layer, which includes the DB context. This layer also contains a structure for Dapper, which enables user to work with the both entity framework and Dapper. But this version of the AUA is free and doesn't support the Dapper feature. The domain entities is the next layer. The domain entities is the next layer, which contains the entities and their configurations. Note that for each module that is added, a folder is created and the entities associated with that module are placed in it. Also, the same process for the entity config. The next layer is the models layer. For each entity by default there is a DTO. As you see inside the models layer, the entities DTO exists, and also general models and in-memory models, and all of the concepts related to models exist here. By default, all of mappings are done by AutoMapper. For example, app user DTO here is mapped from app user. You just need to write this. The mapping feature of the AUA framework appears powerfully and supports almost all the items of the AutoMapper, and about the manual mapping layer. In case of any complexity of mapping, the developer is able to use this layer. The next layer is the services layer, which includes the in-memory services and validation services, and also the services themselves. Note that in different packages of the AUA, these layers are differ. It depends on your business and it can be less or more. Some other services are available in the AUA, such as external services, which are not free. The next layer is the tests layer. And the last layer is the web API layer, which the API will expose from here. This layer contains controllers, registration services, which we use for dependency injection, and for the configuration of the project, the AUA uses app configuration. And this is the startup development. As you see, the project is using the default exception of the .NET, because the exception handler feature of the AUA is not free, which is extremely powerful. In case of using gRPC or GraphQL instead of the REST, you need just to manipulate and customize this layer. Well, this is the general structure of the AUA. You can learn more from the documentation of the AUA website. Thanks for watching. See you on the next video.